Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Oakland Raiders. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Sanders' first carry of the game. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. It's a second down run with Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Wentz to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
I'm actually old enough to remember him hitting the league, and so many people are talking about his throwing motion at the time. A little bit unorthodox. No one talks about it anymore except in admiration. The ball gets to the target really well and usually with big production.
It's at 180, 190. Watch the slap, watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Rivers on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The sack by Jordan Willis. To try again after the sack. Rivers. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, You can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
On second down, Rivers again. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They run with Howard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Now Rivers. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
From the red zone now, Rivers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On play action, Rivers rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Rivers looking a little nimble there as he picks up a first down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Touchdown. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
It's brought in by Jeffrey.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing his Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing again on second down. Wentz, it's wearing the tight end with it. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back near his goal line, Rivers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Miles Boykin, 97 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Chargers who have the lead with that game getting close to halftime. Mike Williams, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. 28-6 was a one-sided final. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. 27-14, the final tally. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Running with Howard. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle. Again, it's Howard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Rivers on the money, complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
2nd and goal from the 1. On the sneak, Rivers. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
Rivers to throw this time. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Wentz. That's complete to Sharp. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the draw, here's Sanders. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll run with a big man. This is Adams. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So the defensive front holding strong there on 4th and inches.
And how about the battle of big people up front? That turned into a leverage game, didn't it? Defensive linemen, they won it. Lower than the offensive guys, pushed them back, knifed through, and made a great play.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first, they go right back to Howard. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Derrick Henry, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fowler. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jordan Willis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
2nd and 15. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Tight end left. Alert.
Throwing on first is Wentz. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz going to throw, and that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bauer. And that's caught inside the 35. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Raiders, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.